everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 576. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
And how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm friggin' tired.
I am tired too.
I'm hanging in there for the most part. I got this. You know how the saying goes, I got this.
Pardon me.
You good. And I just had to reset your settings for your webcam because you were slightly off by a split second, but I took care of that. It's nothing you did.
Me or Mako?
No, you. Mako is rarely on camera. It's like you got to get Mako on the camera. You need three D20s and a D100. You got to make sure you roll a You got to roll a 20 on each of those three dice, and pull 100 on the last one. That's basically the only way.
No,
Or-
Mako has to not have work on Wednesday or going in late or something for her to be on a Tuesday.
Or you just throw $500 into her PayPal account.
$500, I will beat a full face on my and get on stream.
See, as he said in the movie Twins, money talks and bullshit walks. But nobody else remembers the line after that?
No, not. What's the other line after that?
He says, so how can bullshit walk?
I don't know, you walk pretty well.
Oh, that's harsh.
You walked into that one.
Yeah, I'm ending the show early. I'm going to have to pull a reverse Ryoga Hibiki and bury somebody.
He needs some burn cream.
Please tell me somebody capped that. Or clipped that, I should say.
Assholes. The lot of you. Assholes.
I'm not disproving that, so.
Yeah. May your lovely cat Cassie leave you something special on your bed first thing in the morning.
No, we don't mess with my sleep schedule.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. The sleep schedule does not get messed with. I've had to deal with late night barf specials way too many times.
So what's one more?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're no fun. Anywho, we are live tonight, week of February 7th, 2023, right here on Twitch TV. You will find us here every Tuesday night from 9 to 10:30 p.m. at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you will always find them here on Twitch at Twitch TV/vognetwork. They kick things off on Sundays with the Bobby Blackwolf Show at 8, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And there will be some programming note. There will not be a Bobby Blackwolf Show this Sunday. He'll be off enjoying himself while watching the Super Bowl.
Good for him.
And
A superb owl.
say what?
I
The
said
superb owl.
Superb owl, hand egg, puppy bowl, kitten bowl. Either or. We're going to see what's going we're going to find out what's going to happen. Either the Eagles are going to be plucked like generic birds, or the Chiefs are going to basically get chucked.
That was a little weak on your part.
Yeah, I have to admit it was pretty weak because I couldn't think of the word I was trying to find, but it happened. Anywho, enough about that. We're gonna move right along here with how was your week? Oh wait, before we get into that, one more thing I forgot to mention is we have a Discord. Come hang out with us on our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through, hang out, and have a good time. We be having some good conversations in there, so come through. You don't want to be missing out. And now that I got that out the way, we're going to go ahead and kick things off with how was your week? How was your day? Ari.
A lot of my week's just been going to work, going to the gym, and just being tired in between everything else.
But I respect the grind because you are going to the gym like every day.
Every other day. That's what I shoot for.
Like, yeah, that's good.
I wanted to go today, but I couldn't because I had to also bop down to my doctor's because when I last visited him, he gave me a prescription which was supposed to help with weight loss. That I forget the name of it, but you inject it into your arm,
and
like a certain amount of milligrams per injection, and it lasts like a week. But when I went to get it filled, they told me, this isn't available anywhere. It's just that hard to get a hold of. I'm like,
what did they give you?
They ended up giving me Ozempic.
Oh, that's what I had a feeling. I had a feeling that's what they were giving you. Yeah, for the weight loss, right? Yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
you're not the only person. Like I have a friend, she couldn't find it.
Yeah, but like I said, I went to my doctor. He wrote out the prescription for Ozempic. I got there after work and picked it up, and I went to fill it today. They said, I'll probably be in tomorrow. I'm like, all right.
Look, as long as you're taking it and you continue to focus on your grind, you're gonna be all right, dude.
I did manage to get off for the Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
I thought I'd be coy about it. It's like, yeah, contact the front. Like, yeah, could I need to get off for the 12 and use a personal day. And the woman I talked to, no, that's the 12. That's all booked up. That's the Super Bowl. It's been like that for weeks. I'm like, fuck. So I just bit the bullet and took a sick day. And since I got my actual work schedule for the next few months, I did take a PL on March the 26th, which is the last day of ZenkaiCon.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, that week, that Monday through Sunday, that vacation week was booked up, so I had to take the vacation week, directly after that.
Gotcha.
And I only had to, and I have, Thursday I'm scheduled off, Friday I'm scheduled off, Saturday I'm scheduled off, and then Sunday is the only day I have to work before my vacation. So I'm like, okay, PL date there, and I basically have a week and a half vacation.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. It kind of reminds me when I took Thanksgiving week off from work. It was quiet. My boss was like, take the Monday, Tuesday. The office was closed from Wednesday, so I was like, sure, why not? So
other than that, I've just been Monjaro. That's what it is. Sita Beery brought it up for me. Thanks. Yeah, that's the stuff.
yeah, Cedar Berry says it's tough to get because a lot of rich people are trying to lose weight or buying it all out. Yeah. Seriously? Rich people don't need this. Rich people, you got money. Buy a gym and get a personal trainer. Because I'll get to it in my weekend days soon, but as you were saying.
No, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Mako, how was your week? How was your day?
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was my birthday, so this weekend I was out in the city to celebrate. And because of, my birth month being in February,
Mm-hmm.
my birthday tends to go down the shitter sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So Friday worked out well. Went to the Golden Girls kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
got to eat yummy food. That was really fun. And so, that was the plan for Friday.
Yep.
Saturday was supposed to be bar hopping.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Seattle Beery. So Saturday was supposed to be bar hopping. And after waking up and seeing what the temperature was like,
6 degrees.
like, yeah, it was just like, oh, the wind chill is negative. We can go bar hopping whenever the hell we want to. It does not have to be today.
The
I-
temperature reading was just an icicle and a middle finger emoji.
See, I don't know what you were looking at, but when I checked the weather that morning, with the wind chill, it was 6.
No, when I checked the weather that morning, because I actually posted a picture of it on my Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
weather said that it was 10 degrees with a feels like of -7. And that was at 10:23 that morning.
Oof. Because I know we had a mutual friend who was going to join us. I had messaged her saying we may be changing things around. She's like, "Cool, let me know." Right after I said that, and you said, "We were like, yeah, no, this ain't happening."
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because by the afternoon it did, start to warm up. But again, it's just, I wanted to do something for my birthday.
Mhm.
Friday, we went to, Golden Girls Kitchen. That was something for my birthday. And, I had the surprise party and, I was just able to hang out and relax. So, it still works out and we'll just have to reschedule for, actual just bar hopping.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it was just a lot of it was very relaxing. And then on my way home, I'm like, it's early enough. I wasn't able to go into the city and get anything. So I can stop and, pick some things up for myself.
Mhm.
So I picked up certain things that are legal in Jersey on Sunday on my way home.
Mm.
Very enjoyable Sunday night and a very enjoyable birthday yesterday.
Okay, fair, fair. You know, I could see myself doing that too, which I probably have done. But anyhow, so my weekend day was about the same. You know, me and Maka, we hung out and we actually marathon. We finished Alice in Borderland, which was really good, and we started another series called The Makanai. That was the name of it, right? The Makanai.
I don't remember. I know that it's a live
Mhm.
action based off of a manga and really good. Like I've seen nothing but rave reviews for it so
Mhm.
far.
Let me see if I can look it up real quick. The yeah, the
Oh God.
yeah,
Pardon me.
the Makanai, Cooking for the Maiko House. That's what it was called. Yep. So we ended up watching that very late night, and that's been the long and short. Work's been pretty good. Well, work has gotten interesting as of today. Remember over the last few weeks the big tech giants have been laying people off?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yeah, that hit our company too.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
You didn't lose your job, did you?
No. If I did, I would have messaged y'all right away, and I would have made that post on my personal Facebook. My department is good. Only 3 people were let go. They did a restructuring, so it kind of sucks because one of the managers was really good, and just had a kid, like not even like 6 months ago.
That's not good.
I know, but they probably gave one hell of a severance pay, so So I think that other than that, work has been pretty good. I can't complain too much, but now that we're down a few more people, it's just gonna be down to the grind. It's just gonna be. I would normally come in, relax for a few minutes, brew up a cup of coffee, grab my bagel, or fix a bowl of Lucky Charms. That, drink my coffee while going through the my news start page to see what's going on. No, that ain't happening. As soon as I sit down and start eating that cereal, I'm jumping right into the ticket queue and be like, what do we have here? Because normally when we come in at 9 a.m., there's nothing in the queue. Now there is stuff in the queue from last night. So it's like, oh, this is going to be interesting. So it shouldn't be too bad. So anywho, now we got that out the way. We're going to go ahead and get into some housekeeping notes. And I know a few people have come to me about, about the commercials on the stream. So here's the thing. If you sub to our channel, there are no ads. You're good. You're golden. If you do not have a sub to our, if you don't have a sub, there are ads, but it's like no more than 30 seconds, and it's like in two different spots on the stream. And I try to set it so that you don't miss too much, but the ad revenue coming in does help to keep the show going one way or another. So, because believe you me, all the equipment that's been invested, it ain't cheap. So, I just want to let y'all know. So, if you don't want to deal with commercials, sub to the channel. That's all. But again, I try to have no more than 1 minute worth of commercials in every episode, and it's kind of spread out. So, y'all should be good about that. So, let's see what else we have in housekeeping here. Want to let you know that episodes of our podcast are available on YouTube. YouTube.com/Anime Jam Session. Just click on playlists, then go to podcast VODs. The most recent episode will be there Thursday at 12 noon. So you can definitely check it out there. And our first convention is coming up, ZenkaiCon 2023. I already submitted the press forms. Hopefully everything will go through. It'll be March, I believe, 23rd.
24th to the 26th.
Thank you. March 24th to the 26th. Come through, hang out, say hi to us, check out the convention, have a good time. I'm actually thinking about getting pronoun ribbons to hand out to people. I haven't decided. I'm still checking prices and all of that. I got to take care of some other stuff as well. So I'm hoping I have more than enough time to get it all done. So,
didn't you say you wanted to you were thinking about us having a panel?
Well, I already submitted that. A live podcasting panel. So I'm hoping that will go through, because they did allow for another group to do a live podcast. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm not too worried about that. Let's just see how things go. I believe that is it. So now we're gonna get to the part of the show that y'all kind of enjoy. Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our lives. And some of the cool stuff. I know I've said a couple things earlier on, but it's kind of pertinent to our weekend day. So, what you got for the Geek Roundtable today, Ari?
Well, the other day I went and got a new watch.
Nice.
This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5.
Oh, cool.
Hang on, it's kind of hard to see the screen
Yeah,
here.
I see. No, I see it. It's the reflection that what makes it hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it tracks all sorts of different things. It links up on my phone real good and all that. It's like, tracks, movement, steps, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And it also has alerts from like it's linked up so you get Facebook and Twitter alerts. And apparently someone was asking me if you needed aloe for that burn. But another odd thing about it is, like, this isn't the actual band it came with.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to go out and send away for them, not go out and get. I had to go out and get a new one, extra long ones, because I need something that could get around something this thick.
Well, you can. I've done the same thing. Like, I have the Galaxy Watch 4, but I have like a sports band on mine. I think I paid like no more than $10 off of Amazon. So, Because all you have to do is look for like 40. I don't know about yours, but mine's a 40mm watch. All I need is 40mm watch bands. So
This is 44.
yeah, so all you need to look up on Amazon.
I looked at the sign like, yeah, you for that one you just get our 20mm ones. You'll be fine. Like, okay. And yeah, I'll definitely get my steps in when I go to Zenkai-Con. That's for damn sure.
That'll be all of us. That'll definitely be all of us. All right, Maka, what are you sharing off for us today?
So I'm sharing off some birthday gifts.
Mhm.
I, knowing that I am a collector now of freaking pop figures, which I never thought I would be.
You're welcome.
It wasn't you, so don't be going shit like that.
Partially, I kept pushing you in that direction.
Yeah, you kept buying me shit. So
Yeah.
of course I'll collect shit if I have a lot of it already.
But still.
So this actually is a gift from my mother and her girlfriend.
Aw.
It's part of the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary collection. So it's Mickey with his little magic hat, and then Minnie on one of the carousel horses.
That is nice.
Yeah. So I mean, I between Christmas and my birthday, I think I've added an extra 15, 16, 17 pop figures to my collection.
And your collection should be at least double the value of mine.
And I have 5 more that are coming. I still have the 5 that I ordered, right as the pandemic was starting and the shipping issues happened.
Yeah.
So I still have 5 from almost 3 years ago that are coming that I have, I've contacted them. My address has been updated. I contacted them making sure that everything was still there. They still have all of my stuff. They're just waiting on one freaking pop figure that took forever to ship over.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, as I have said previously, that I have tend to collect a lot of figurines and so forth. And one day I come home from work and I find 3 at my door. And I showed off the first 2. The third one is, let me grab it real quick. As I like to call it, Lily Saber. I think that's who this is. From Fate Grand Order. So now I have all the sabers in the colors that I like. White, red, and blue. Again, this was still in the box because I don't have room for it. Also, another thing, let me see if I can grab it real quick. I believe I had mentioned previously that a friend has a DDR machine and he just got a new build, but his computer is very, very old. We're talking at least 10 years old. It's a Gateway desktop. That's how old it is. Yeah. So, between me and my friend Diego, we are building him a brand new DDR box. Or you probably haven't recognized this, but this is your old board. Can't hear you. You're muted.
My apologies. I was going to say, oh, you managed to get all the dust off of it.
Yeah,
that was nice.
A couple of good shots of compressed air did the trick, and I put a brand new fan on it. So, brand new fan, fresh memory, a brand new bracket. The old bracket I was waiting almost a week for showed up today after I ordered another one that showed up Sunday. This is going back. The only thing left is to get the case, put the extra fans in, and so forth. I'm probably going to order the case before the end of the week. Diego's going to supply the storage, so we'll have something good. It won't be up and running for the party this weekend, but at least it's something. So, also, I have mentioned before that I did get a package from the post office, but it never appeared on my doorstep, and I went to file a claim. And the post office, fuck them, rejected my claim. So I also appealed my claim, and again, that was also rejected. So the United States Postal Service, even I understand there are people who work there, no control of their own. And I do understand the majority of people that work at the post office are the problem and not the solution. But to come full circle, every single one of you can go fuck yourselves. That's it. That's all I gotta say about that. What's interesting is I have a letter here, a birthday card for my friend Charlene that I sent out in December. This is its second time coming back, saying of no return address or something like that. Can't forward it. And yet I sent her a Christmas card that made its way there. So I don't understand what the hell.
Honestly, I don't even think the post office understands what the hell.
Nah, basically. And the last thing is, one thing that me and Mako did, we stopped by the Asian supermarket and stocked up on ocean bombs, and those are the sparkling waters. We talked about that on the show a while back, but now you can find them. You can find them in a lot of local Asian supermarkets. All right, a few, because I have promised a couple people to bring them sets of the inner senshi and so forth. So now you can get for regular juices, as I think is One Piece. The teas are Street Fighter. I think regular juices are Dragon Ball as well. But as I said, every week I'm going to try a new flavor of the different Sailor Senshis that they have available. When we went, they didn't have the outers, just the inners. So maybe they'll have them by next week. But this week, I have a flavor. I have one here that I know that even Ari will greatly appreciate. Sailor Mercury.
Again, blah 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 thirst joke.
Well, I'm not. It has nothing to do with thirst, but I do see the connection here. I just mentioned you because I know Mercury is your favorite senshi.
Yeah, you're right there.
And this one is pear flavored. So let's give this one a try.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be something blue, like blueberry, but whatever.
True. It's a little strong for pear, but it's the carbonation. But it's not bad. It's really good. Can't complain too much about that. So, let's see, what do we have here? Now, before we go ahead and continue tonight's show, let me adjust the volume here. Before we go ahead and continue, I do have some late breaking news here, so I'm going to drop that in real quick. If I can find it, there we go. And you're probably wondering, what kind of breaking news is going on? This kind of dropped in my lap at yesterday, so I was kind of surprised about this. So this is why it's not on the show roll for this week. I just wanted to report that James Kapustas, veteran Otakon staffer who made the first known anime music video, passed away at the age of 64. No, it's not 64. 62. Anime.com Inc. publisher and founder Michael Pinto reported on Twitter on Sunday that James, better known as Jim Kapustas, a longtime Otakon staffer who was recognized in the U.S. anime fandom as the first known person to create an AMV, an anime music video, has passed away. In 1982, when he was a 21-year-old college student, Kapustas hooked up two VCRs to each other and used scenes from Space Battleship Yamato sync the Beatles song All You Need Is Love to create the first known AMV. He has given several interviews about the experiences at Japan Times, AnimeCons.com, and the podcast Anime World Order. He's also shared his account of creating the first known AMV on his Facebook page, which the Anime Encyclopedia co-author Helen McCarthy shared with permission on Twitter last November. He was also featured in the AMV docuseries available on YouTube. Capulus told the Japan Times he still created AMVs as a way to share his hobby and get practice with editing, as he was a communications major at the time. While many fans would take the effort to use VCRs to create AMVs in the 80s and the 90s, that changed in the early 2000s with the rise in popularity of Japanese pop culture in the US and the switch to digitally created AMVs. AMV screenings and contests are now a staple of US anime cons. His second AMV included a second version of All You Need Is Love AMV, are available to view on his YouTube channel. Is this named? No, it is not. According to his LinkedIn profile, he has worked at various positions at Otakon, from video operations to technical operations to info desk and exhibitions for more than 20 years. Thank you, good sir. Godspeed. And I do remember sitting there. I've never done the VCR to VCR editing, but I have done VCR to bootleg Dazzle or to the AIO Wonder Card in my PC and just record, just going tape to record everything that I need, and then just laying down the music and going about my way. And I remember being at cons like Animazement where they would do the AMVs. It would be one, it's no master tape. It's just one tape at a time. Now, I would have never known that would be possible. Yeah. I'm not even sure how I discovered that. I probably discovered it by accident. But now you email it or you upload it to a server site or whatever, and they just put together a playlist and run it through VLC, and they put in like their little intros and stuff to introduce each video, which is kind of cool. And now that we got that out the way, what we're going to do now, we're going to give you an update on Neo Anime Oasis, that clusterfuck of a convention.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. No! The saying that too little, too late?
Uh-huh.
Due to the backlash, they've removed the part about enforcing anime cosplay at the convention.
All right, raise your hand if you're legit surprised by that.
I think I kind of am. I think I am kind of surprised because I actually thought they were going to stand their ground on this. Now, for some of you who may not know,
they couldn't throw out everyone.
Well, that's just it. If you're going based off of Japanese manga, there are a lot of things that Japan has turned into manga.
Yeah.
Including Deadpool,
mm-hmm.
Batman,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man.
So when you get a lot of people going, okay, I'm going to be Deadpool, it still works because it's manga.
But here, see, also, they're capping it at 1,300 people. So they could get away with it. But the bigger question is, how? I mean, the audacity of them to have staffers stand there and be like, you can't come into the convention area because you're not in anime cosplay.
Like the fuck I am? Again, unenforceable.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's just... It's like in this case, the ends does not justify the means. It would just be redunculous. It would just been no. This could. I legitimately believe they would not be able to pull this off. And if they did, their attendance would be really, really low. Anywho,
yeah.
Back on. Adjust in just a bit. Anywho, let's get into tonight's our stories. And then before we continue on, Bonza 006 says cosplay con equals dress coding, in my opinion. Okay. I don't think there's a dress coding per se. I just feel like if you're going to a con, you're going to cosplay. Just cosplay. Just be respectful to the people who cosplay. Simple as that. How hard is it to not be a shitlord,
as much as we all busted on certain groups that continued to uh, go to conventions and dress in things,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the fact that they were dressing as those characters. It's the fact that they were being very disruptive. So when you've got a convention going, you can only dress in something like this. I mean, I get it, but you have to fully commit to the theme then. I mean, I, for one, have wanted to do the Labyrinth Ball.
Mm-hmm.
It occurs every year, and it is a fancy dress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know what they would do if Deadpool showed up, because that isn't the type of event that this is. It is a fancy ball.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a Deadpool dressed up fancy being
Or
fun.
just put on a suit and a Deadpool mask.
No, that wouldn't cut it.
No.
Like, this is legit. People
Mm-hmm.
spend thousands of dollars on their costumes to go to this ball. So if you're going to, do something like that, you need to theme your costume for that. So is it, kind of a dress coding? It could be, but if the event calls for it, it's not bad. Something like this, they're just trying to, this isn't a Gen Con. It's a manga convention, it's an anime convention. Something like that where unless they're going to completely commit to the theme
Mm-hmm.
and have nothing outside of that being sold, being talked about, anything like that, then I can understand it. But these conventions are not going to stick to that theme. Hell, even Doctor Who has manga out there.
Oh yeah.
I believe it.
I believe it too. But if it costs, I don't think anyone would really want to go through all that effort to pull off something like that for the Labyrinth Ball. I'm just saying, if they did, goddamn, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the costumes are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They're different fairies and different humans, but it's a very consistent theme in the dress. I could completely see, again, somebody taking a theme like that and going as the Avengers, and it would be a hit and it would be amazing. Actually, I would really like to see that. I think that would be really fun.
Hmm. Meanwhile, while Mako-chan plots to see if she could pull off something like that, we want to give you an update on the Love Live School Idol festival game that's on mobile devices. It's coming to an end. After nearly 10 years, it is going away the way of the dodo bird. On the official website for the Love Live franchise, they announced last Tuesday, that the smartphone game will be ending service on March 31st, which is 16 days before the 10th anniversary of the game's release in Japan. Fortunately, we're going to have a successor to the game called Love Live School Idol Festival 2 Miracle Live. We have no release date on that, and we don't know how that game is going to be. Now, in September 2019, an updated version of the original Love Live game came out called Love Live School Idol Festival All-Stars. And it came out globally February of 2020. This had the new Love Live characters from the later anime Nijigasaki High School Idol Club. And it ran its storyline alongside with Love Live School Idol Festival. The smartphone rhythm game launched alongside the franchise's first television anime in 2013. Wow, 10 years. And told additional side stories and character-focused stories not seen in the anime. The game is primarily a rhythm game which players tap the screen in time to on-screen prompts based on the songs from the Love Live series. The game launched overseas in 2014 and has since spawned Love Live School Idol Festival After School Activity arcade game in 2016 and was ported to the PlayStation 4 2 years ago, which I still have the free base game. I have not bought anything in regards to it, but I should pick up a couple of song packs and just start playing through them just because they are kind of fun. Now, in that last article, there wasn't no street official date yet on the new game, but there is talk that it's going to be available spring 2023. All the songs from the Love Live franchise will be in the game. So yes, songs from Muse, Accursed, Nijigaku, Lielia, and many of the side groups in between. It'll be available through an improved interface while retaining the original gameplay experience. You'll have stories with more advanced formats, such as a chat, with animated cutscenes produced by Studio Sunrise, and new ultra illustrations for Yo, Lanzu, and Keike will also tease in this big announcement for the second game. You can pre-reg for the game, but only in Japan, though. Now, what they're doing is releasing a key visual for each of the 4 Love Live groups, which is coming out every week at real-life locations across February and in the start of March in the lead-up to the game being released on mobile devices. The first Love Live School Idol Festival game started its service on April 15th, 2013 in Japan, which eventually opened worldwide a year later, May 12th, 2014. All the servers eventually combined by June 2021 with the English players on the same server as the Japanese players. The game began with Muse and brought Accursed into the fold in July of 2016. Even with the starting point of what will become Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club with some of the more popular normal cards. An arcade game, as we mentioned before, was spawned from the original mobile game in 2016, which did come out for the PS4 5 years later. And I will say, it's fun, it's a good game, but don't expect like all the storyline stuff that's in the mobile game. You're just playing to unlock and do cool stuff. That's all. Right now we got that out the way. Ari, tell us about this manga about our American rock star.
Let's see. Bunge Shunju published a reprint of Hideko Mizuno's classic Fire, with an exclamation point on it, manga for the first time in 23 years last Friday. The release is compiled across 2 volumes, each containing a short story that has never been previously released in tankobon format. Pink Floyd is the first
Tankobon.
volume. Huh?
The term is called
Tankobon.
Tankobon, yeah.
Pink Floyd in the first volume and Keith Jarrett in the second. At the venerable age of 83, Mizuno drew brand new covers for the reprint and posted them to Twitter. The manga story is set in the 1960s in America. Aaron, a poor but earnest young man, is mistaken for a criminal and sent to juvie. There he meets Firewolf and is captivated by the music he hears. After Firewolf's untimely death, Aaron leaves prison and takes his Firewolf's guitar with him. He forms a band Fire with his friends, and Aaron's talent blossoms and Fire takes off. All that good stuff. It launched in Shueisha's 17 fashion magazine in 1969 and ended in 1971. And it won the 15th Shogakukan Manga Award in 1970. The press release describes it as a historically significant manga that helped define a hitherto non-existent shoujo manga category in the 1960s. In interviews, Mizuno has said that he was inspired by the anti-Vietnam War movement and civil rights protests in the United States. And Aaron is based off Scott Walker, leader of the Walker Brothers band. So yeah, some rocker traveling across America during the civil rights movement. It sounds pretty awesome.
That does sound pretty awesome. Right now, we kick it over to Mako-chan because we're in her fandom for the most part. Sailor Moon and shoes.
Yeah, well, I'm not, huge on shoes, but when stuff like this comes out, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, everybody has heard of the shoemaker Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Cho, depends on who you ask.
Mhm.
Um, and we've all seen the original Sailor Moon shoes that were blinged to high hell and cost $12,000.
Jesus.
Well,
And I
the
bet they didn't even have them in my size either.
no, I think they came in tiny feet and tinier feet. Um, but the first major collaboration and the first new feature for the company is a new set of Sailor Moon shoes. This
Mhm.
time, they're going to base the designs on the inner senshi. So Mercury inspires a pair of chunky retro platform ankle boots with a
Jesus
blue
Christ.
gem on the sole.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, and if you're
She'll take one step on those and fucking shatter her ankles.
I don't know about that. I don't
No,
know.
something that thick as a heel is not bad at all. They're very comfortable as depending on the
The,
the insole and everything.
mhm.
But because of the width and thickness of the heels, they're actually very comfortable shoe. Mars naturally has her iconic red pumps.
I'll punish you in a high heels line sold separately.
Extra pointy too.
Jupiter has a pair of green lace up combat boots that are simultaneously tough and gorgeous.
They kind of remind me of the ones that you got for your birthday last year.
Yeah, mine are like neon green.
Mhm.
These are actually Jupiter's color though.
I wouldn't want Jupiter to kick me wearing those.
Venus is inspired by dress shoes with ankle straps and a little extra sparkle. Hers do have gems on them.
See, I've always said that out of all the different types of shoes for the Sailor Senshi, Venus was always the ones that was the hardest to pull off because of the design. Because depending on the style of the shoe, you're either manga, classic anime, crystal anime, or PGSM live action. It all depends. So,
Yeah, so I mean, if you kind of look up close, I mean, one, the Venus shoes do have little gems all over them. But if you look really close at the heel, it looks like underneath
yep.
there is a gem exactly like Mercury.
Mm-hmm. I'm
So there's a very good chance that Mars and Jupiter will also have that. There is a new one inspired for Sailor Moon. It is the same shape as the original, just a hell of a lot less bling. They also came out with a Sailor Moon inspired handbag, which is printed with images from the manga.
that is nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the shoes are going to be available worldwide starting February 14th on their website. There have been no prices announced yet, which is kind of scary because, again, this is a, famous fashion brand.
Mm-hmm.
So considering there aren't as many crystals as the original look, I don't think you're looking at a $12,000 shoe, but you're probably looking at something that's at least, a couple of thousand.
I have a friend who actually owns a pair of Louboutins. I have a feeling she is probably going to invest in a pair of these. Then again, she is on a six-figure salary, whereas I'm on a five. So
I mean, there are shoe people, and most of the shoe people that you see that actually collect and aren't just crazy shoe people, crazy wearing them all the time. But the people that actually collect them, those types of shoe
They
people,
display them.
exactly. It's not just a shoe; it is a work of art. So they, are completely displayed. They do get worn, but, it's never outside of the house kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm having a party. I will walk from here to my limo to the party, back to my limo, and then the shoes are coming off and going back away.
I imagine they're holding off on reporting the price because they don't want the fucking weebs to get sticker shock.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at these and I have to say I like the look of all of them, but like I'm kind of upset at just how plain Jupiter's looks.
Okay.
Like that's not the kind of shoe that I would expect from, you know, a designer of this type. It is a very basic boot. I can't see what the front has on it, if it's just, a texture on the front of the toe, or if that's supposed to be some sort of gem or something like that. But that's legit like the only decoration on this entire shoe. It's not even shiny like Mars's pump. It has no visible bling on it. So I like these are just promo photos that have come out. So obviously you're not seeing the entire shoe, but I really hope there's a little bit more bling on there. I know that Jupiter was always seen as the tomboy that would kick your
Mm-hmm.
ass,
Yep.
but she was also very feminine, and these just don't strike me as being as glamorous as the others, which is very sad.
Makes sense. See what else do we have here? Ah, things come right back to me. Give me 1 second. Here I need to pass something around real quick, and there we go. All right, so we talked about this a bit whiles back about an international anime music festival. Unfortunately, they are postponing, which I kind of had a feeling. So, according to their official Twitter account, which is International Anime Music Festival, they announced last month on January 26th that its North American tour has been postponed due to technical and production issues. The tour will begin in Mexico March 30th and 31st. Anime Entertainment LLC will provide ticket holders of the canceled shows with refunds at their point of purchase. The company has yet to announce new dates for the tour. The festival was scheduled to tour across 37 locations in the US and Canada in February and March. Pre-sale tickets went on sale for this festival back on October 31st, and general tickets went on sale November 4th. The festival will continue its tour throughout 2023 in Europe, Southeast Asia, and South America as well. The concert will feature brand new songs and never before seen content. It is what it is. So, a part of me thinks it's not just production issues. I think it has something to do with the 19 and how our numbers here are higher than normal or in compared to other countries, but that's just me. But it would have been nice to go and check it out, though. It really would have been nice. So now we continue to talk more music as Mako tells us about this Japanese composer who walked away with a friggin' Grammy.
Yeah, so the 65th annual Grammy Awards were this past weekend, and it marks one of the biggest events of the music industry calendar. But for Japanese musician Masa Takumi, whose real name is Masanori Takumi, it was the biggest night of his life, as his latest album, Sakura, won a Grammy for Best Global Music Album, the first Japanese artist to win in this category. Takumi is a seasoned composer, having created songs for many different disciplines, including anime.
Hmm.
His anime work includes Claymore, Level E, Amagi Brilliant Park, and Haruhi, as well as many more. He has also written songs for J-pop bands Da Pump, Jam Project, Cute, Exile, and more.
I've
His
actually listened to some of those bands. They're really good.
mhm. His Grammy Award winning album Sakura combines his experience with traditional Asian instruments, which features him playing the shamisen, a three-string traditional Japanese musical instrument, and the piano. He says he was speechless on stage accepting the award in Los Angeles. I'm going to have to pick this up because I actually really enjoy traditional Japanese music. So considering that this is going to be traditional mixed with piano, I'm actually really excited to listen to it.
Well, if now that you're mentioning it, I'm actually checking Amazon, and it's on their Music Unlimited on there. So that's one way to listen to it.
Nice.
Or you
Good.
can, I think you can buy the actual digital album for like $8 too. So, but I think I would actually want to actually purchase the actual album itself and then just add it to my collection. So I'll see if I can track it down one way or another. And now we're going to get into our final story of the night in regards to Evangelion ditching the original script. The fuck?
The live-action Evangelion play ditches Shinji, Rei, and the entire anime cast for a new story and characters.
And there are some people right now that are cheering about that.
Because they don't like Shinji, apparently.
Or for some, Asuka.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. Almost as soon as Evangelion became a hit in the late let's see. It's where is it? Let's see. It's not going to be something the play will be delivering out. It's going to be an entirely original story with a new cast of characters. Titled Evangelion Beyond, the play is the centerpiece of the Evangelion celebration dubbed Evangelion Kabukicho Impact. That will take place in New Tokyo Kabukicho Tower in Tokyo's Kabukicho neighborhood. Instead of Shinji, the story will focus on a boy named Soshi Tamori, played by actor Masataka Kumada. Story details are still scarce, but Evangelion Beyond is set on a devastated Earth where 14-year-old boys and pilots and girls pilot Evangelions in connection to restore humanity to its previous stability. Soshi, who never knew his parents, is seen as a leader of his community, witnesses the beginning of a tragedy, and together with Yu Mizuho, a member of the mysterious agency Mensch, involved in Evangelion operations and energy sourcing, seeks to uncover the truth. Yu would be played by Shizuka Ishibashi. They also announced as members of the cast are Nijiro Murakami as Tan Hasumi, a reluctant new Eva pilot, and Tetsushi Tanaka and Masasugu Sogo, commander of Mensch, who's seeking a new energy that will save mankind. So jettisoning the entire character cast of one of the most popular anime franchises ever is a bold move, as is casting the 25-year-old Murakami and ostensibly the 34-year-old Kumada as well to play 14-year-olds. Let's see. Evangelion Beyond will be the first production held at the new theater Milano Za, housed within the Tokyo Kabukicho Tower building, and will run from May 6th to the 28th, with tickets going sale April 2nd. The play then moves to Nagano on June 3rd and 4th, and then from Osaka to June 10th and 19th. It's weird. I'm seeing a bunch of allusions to the actual cast and crew.
Basically,
I saw mention of thinking, German influences. Okay, I see where that's going.
I mean, to me, it kind of feels like, well, let's do a sequel series. Let's just do other things. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, maybe they'll end up doing what they did with like One Piece and Dragon Ball Z and Boruto, where they take the where they cameo the original cast, but they're all freaking jobbers, to set up how good the new guys are. Honestly, this feels like freaking Ava fan fiction.
Guys, got to start somewhere.
I don't know how Ava fans are going to react to this.
As an improvement.
How involved is Ano Hideaki? Do you know?
I don't know. Nor do I care.
Well, because he made Rei out to be as creepy as possible, and people reacted to her completely different way, and he was like, no, not like that. And well, we all know how that went.
Yeah, I know. Now that we got that out the way, we're glad that you're here for the best part of the show. Meanwhile, in Japan, where we talk about the more outlandish stuff in Japan. And since Ari does have to leave soon because he has work in the morning, he gets up before the rest of us. God bless that man. He is going to pick the first article while me and Mako decide over the fate of the other two. And I already think I know which one she's going to take.
I don't care which one I take.
I know which one I'm not going to take because I know that one's specifically for you. I think I know which one Ari's going to take though.
The first one.
Shocking! I would thought you would have gone for the second one.
Like I said, I have to be out of here early.
I mean, you could have gone first. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can still go first.
Yeah, I'll take the second one.
Yeah,
then.
go right ahead. Yeah.
Suntory's prize Hakushu whiskey is going into a can for the premium highball Hakushu. Suntory's Hakushu is one of the company's best of whiskeys. Produced at Suntory's Hakushu distillery in the forest at the foot of Kamio of Kaiko Magatake Yama in Japan's southern Alps, Suntory decides the single malt Hakushu is the verdant Japanese whiskey and says the unique quality of the amount of water and even the region's air contribute to its special flavor. In other words, it's very classy whiskey and it'll soon be available in a can. The opposite of classy when it comes to alcohol. Suntory's premium highball Hakushu, as the name implies, is a canned cocktail made with Hakushu. The drink delivers a characteristic smoky fragrance and subtle fruit taste of the storied single malt, but instead of having to mix the drink yourself, you can just pull it out of the fridge and crack it open. While you can enjoy it straight from the can, the optimal drinking experience that Suntory recommends is pouring it into a glass over ice, which will allow you to admire the liquid's color as you sip it. The premium highball Hakushu was created as part of Suntory's celebration of the 100th anniversary of the founder Shinjiro Tori's launching the company's whiskey-making operations, which is also the 50th anniversary of the completion of the Hakushu distillery. The 350 milliliter beverage is priced at 600 yen. That's about $4.65. Making it a bit pricier than the run-of-the-mill can cocktails like Choo highs. Okay. But still reasonably priced considering the premium liquor involved. It goes on sale June 6th, so Suntory is giving quite the advance heads up by announcing it now. Considering the popularity of Hakushu brand and the fact that premium highball Hakushu will only be available for a limited time, it's probably a good idea to mark the on-sale date on your calendar now. Geez, what are they gonna do with it next? Friggin' carbonize it?
Well, they might.
They'll make fucking Japanese White Claws.
You know what? I got nothing on that one. I got nothing.
Oh boy, I
What's
tried
up?
running. There ain't no laws when you're drinking claws through Google Translate.
Oh,
And
why would you do that?
I don't know. My morbid curiosity got the better of me again.
Ari, sir, you are a glutton for punishment.
Or maybe I just don't know when to quit.
Either or.
But now's a good time for me to quit because
Yep.
I got to get up early.
Fair
Good night,
enough, man.
everybody.
Take care, Ari.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute that out and just leave it like that. I thought I had a. Oh, screw it. I'll take care of that later. I keep meaning to switch it to like a 2-scene mode. I'll eventually get around to doing that. Eventually. So, anywho, I will go next. I will talk about this revolving sushi that's no longer revolving at a restaurant chain. And to be perfectly honest, I want to go to a revolving sushi place. I think there's a spot in Fort Lee. I should actually traverse my way up there one way or another eventually. But anywho, it seems that the sushi has stopped revolving at Japan's biggest revolving sushi restaurant chain. Wonder what brought that on. Sushiro is Japan's largest and most popular kaizen sushi or revolving sushi restaurant chain. There are roughly 650 locations across Japan, and if you're heading to one anytime around dinner hours, usually you'll be sure it's going to be crowded with customers. But the company is facing a crisis right now with customer trust plummeting. Late last month, a video surfaced of a teenager licking the soy sauce container and the self-service teacup at his table, leaving the tainted items for the next person to use. The disgusting incident has caused Japan's ordinarily kaizen sushi-loving public to think twice about dining in such restaurants, leaving Sushiro scrambling to reassure them about the sanitariness of their branches and the company's latest move to stop the sushi revolving at the revolving restaurants. Okay. So this is what they're going to do. As of February 3rd, Sushiro posted a notice on their official website announcing 3 changes in its operating policy. First and most significantly, it has stopped be circulating for up for grab plates sushi among its conveyors. Instead, customers must first order the sushi that they want using the touchscreen panel at their table, after which the ordered plate will be sent via express conveyor lane. In contrast to the regular conveyor, which runs around the restaurant on a continual closed circuit, the express lane slides the plate directly to the table of the customer that orders it, where the plate then stops so the customer can retrieve it. By limiting the amount of plates are traveling around the conveyor, and also since the plates move at a faster speed on the express lane than the standard one, getting up for the up-for-grab sushi plates will basically reduce the risk of pranksters tampering with the food that someone else is going to eat. Ooh, I like that. The second change involves utensils. At kaizen sushi restaurants, the table is wiped down and cleaned between customers, but there's usually a large stack of or box of utensils and condiments such as chopsticks, soy sauce plates, and containers and teacups that remain on the table as new diners take for themselves as they need. While those stacks are going to remain as Sushiro, the chain says that customers can request new utensils or condiments can be brought to the table directly by a staff member at any time, for the benefit of diners who've lost faith in the table's previous occupants didn't dirty them. Fair. The utensil and condiment stock can be seen at both front and back ends of the table as part of their setup. Now, the last thing that they're doing, they're installing clear acrylic partitions between tables and the conveyor in order to help prevent accidental or intentional touching of food on its way to the person who will be eating it. This might not seem like the most effective countermeasure, since the partition will by necessity still be low enough for people to reach over so they can retrieve food that they've ordered. It should at least make it a little more difficult to quickly, easily touch other people's food as it goes by. So perhaps the logic is that pranksters will think twice if the partition is going to make their body language more noticeable. Sushiro's announcement says that these are, at the moment, temporary measures. However, though, even before the licking incident, there has been a trend in the revolving sushi restaurant industry away from having many up-for-grab plates on the lane. After enough time passes, unclaimed sushi has to be taken off the lane and thrown out, raising expenses for the restaurant. Customers generally prefer the taste of fresher, made-to-order sushi, and touchscreen ordering is no longer such a high technological hurdle for diners or restaurant operators. So it could very well end up that Sushiro decides to make the switch to non-order revolving sushi permanent, and if it does, the rest of the industry may follow the leader's decision. Okay. I have never seen how a Sushiro restaurant is laid out, so maybe they could just use the modify the conveyor, send it around directly to you or something like that. Who knows? That's one thing I am looking forward to trying. And now our last story is basically Mako-chan's life story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would want one shaped like this, but eh. So yeah, a genius in Japan has created a concept for an ultimate nap chamber. So there is a word used for lunch break, which is hiru yasumi. Literally, though, it translates as midday break. And so, obviously, in Japan, everybody's working their damn asses off. So a lot of people catch naps on the train. So what he ended up doing is he came up with a concept for what looks like a perfect nap chamber. Exterior view looks a lot like the telework video conference booths that are popping up in train stations, airports, and other travel hubs. Open up the door, and instead of a miniature office or studio, you find a compact copy of a commuter train. Specifically, the creator's nap booth concept is inspired by the bench seat section at the corner of Japanese commuter trains.
And there's a picture of it available that we're showing off on our stream if you want to check it out. I like this concept.
Yeah, as anyone who's spent much time on trains in Japan has, it's one of the country's favorite places to take a nap. Office workers, students, and partiers all routinely doze off on trains. And while it may seem like a risky place to sleep, Japan does have a very low crime rate, which means there's little fear of being pickpocketed or having your bag stolen. And because of the precise timing of the public transportation system, it makes it very easy for your internal clock to wake you up before arriving at your stop. So what this is, the concept art details a number of great features the nap pod would recreate. Ergonomical shaped seats, partition to rest your head against it if you want to sleep leaning to the side, window compartment to rest your head against if you want to sleep leaning back, a parcel shelf, and hand straps for those who want to sleep standing up. So, a couple of tweets go, if they had rental spaces like this in the station.
A few moments later.
Okay. Sorry about that. My computer decided to crash. A memory management error, and it dumped everything. But don't worry. I have been recording all of this, so I do have a backup. So what we did tonight so far is still here. So that's what happened. My system decided to give me the green screen of death. So, Mako, you were basically done with the article, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my OneNote right now, so I can have everything together. So, yes, thank you for the welcome back, Cedarberry. I think next week when I have my little break from work, I'm going to put in the Uber AIO cooler. It might be time for that now. Oh God, what a day. So basically, yeah, you've basically talked about the nap box, the nap chamber. What was that?
I said yes.
Yeah, and I would just say I would love one of these because This is basically my commute back and forth. 2-3 stops in, I am asleep. And I wake up around 2 or 3 stops before it's time for me to get up and go. It's far and few that I oversleep, but if I miss my stop, I end up getting off. And I don't go back to the same my normal stop. I go catch a different train, which puts me closer to my job. So it's not too bad. So. Anywho, let me get everything back up here. Let me run all of these apps the way they should be. Just bear with me, y'all. I am bringing everything up so we can kind of wrap up the show to the best of my abilities. I know I have a lot of recording and editing to do tonight. That's going to be so fun. But at least Audition did remember to did bring up the temp files. So, anywho, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. And it's already set for see you next week. Thank you, Opera. You actually did something great for me for once. Oh, let's get out of here.
Okie dokie.
If you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're basically telling you as is. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, editorials, anime reviews, cosplayer tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, links to our YouTube page of convention coverage, links to our Facebook page of cosplay coverage, and a whole lot more. And that's animejamsession.com. And don't forget, you can pick up any mobile device where it's run by Android or iOS, download a podcasting app, and you can check out all of our older episodes of Anime Jam Session on the go. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what else do we have out there? iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, any of those. Just search Anime Jam Session and the episodes will come up. So give them a listen. We would love to hear what you think, because what's cool is these apps give you the ability to leave reviews. So if you can, leave us one. We'd like to hear from it. And please don't forget to follow us on our socials. It's just YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's Anime Jam Session. Follow our YouTube for our convention videos. Follow our Twitter so you know when we're going live and when we have articles going up. And our Facebook for our cosplay photos and other cool things, you know? And as Bonzo06 says in regards to our article about the nap chamber, in New York City, we sleep during our commute and wake up at our stop. It's a learned thing here. Yep, basically. And don't forget, we have a link to our tip jar symbol as a link to our Stream Elements or Ko-Fi pages if you want to throw us a few dollars. You can donate bits to us or you can sub to the channel. Any of that is really appreciated and we couldn't do it without y'all. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am going to sleep.
My last words, I think I drank a little bit too much water. Well, yeah. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new show, and we shouldn't crash because it'll be better. Barry will be joining us. It'll be great. It'll be good times. We hope you join us next week. So that is it. End of list. I'm Ranma.
And I'm Mako-chan.
Great fight. Great night. See you next week.
Good night.
All right, Mako-chan. Say goodnight.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We are out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!